Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to teach you some Fusion 360. If you're new to Fusion altogether and you want to learn Fusion, I'm going to teach you Fusion by teaching how to model model a A380 Airbus. And so, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. First of all, what we need to understand in Fusion is that most things are drawn on a plane. So a plane, let's take a look at a plane. Let's turn on the origin over here. Okay, here's our right plane over here. And this cube over here corresponds to this origin right here. So we have the right over here. Then move this over a little more. This is our front. This is our front plane. And even though this says top and this one's on the bottom, that's what that means. It's just the top plane there. Now, like I said, everything pretty much, not everything, it depends on what you're doing. If you're drawing something in 3D, you can start modeling off of something and then draw in 3D space. But normally things will start on a plane. So, like I said, these are our planes. And let's say we want to put a picture on a plane. What we do, we come up here and insert, and we go to canvas. And I'll show you more about that in a few minutes here. But first of all, let's say we need a plane over here or down here. What you do, you come over here to construct. And, we'll do an offset plane. So we click this. And over here, use your left mouse button and just hold it down and move this around on the corner over here. And this moves everything over here in the center here. So now an offset plane, if I need a plane up here, then I just select this plane here. Then I move this arrow to where I need that plane to be in this direction. Or let's say, let me get out of this plane here. So I just click this X up here. And then I select this plane here. Then I can move this plane back and forth this way. And click over here again, left click. And I can click this plane and then I can move up and down. Now that's how you do offset plane. If you need a plane over here or offset of one of these. Now another plane that you'll use a lot, which I'd use a lot, it's called plane at an angle. So let's say that I want to draw on this plane here. So what I'll do is click this plane or create a sketch on this plane. I'll click the plane itself. Then I'll come over here and click create sketch. Now I'm on this plane here. And I can turn this off, this origin off, so you won't see it. And you come over here by doing that to origin over here and just click this I. And that turns that off. Now, what I want to do is just draw a line. So, come over here to create. And select line. Or you can use L, a shortcut. Then you have this X here, like this. And you will left click. Then you drag the mouse to whatever direction you need this line to be. And let's say just come over here. Then you left click again. Then right click and select OK. And there we have our line. And then go ahead and finish this sketch over here to the right. Just go ahead and click finish sketch. And I can turn my origin back on. And you see where the origin is. And this line is on this plane here, but it's higher. As you can see, the line is on this plane. Now, let's say I want a plane at an angle. Let's say I want a plane running 45 degrees down from this. So what you do there, come up here to construct, and you'll use plane at an angle. Click this. Then the line that we're going to use is the line that we just drew. And we click that. And come over here to rotate the cube a little more, and you can see the plane on that line. Drag this around a little more. Now I can you come up here and you rotate this to what angle where you need that plane to be. So let's say it needs to be 45. You can right here where the angle is right now, you can just delete that and then type in 45 degrees. Then come over here and click OK. Now we have a plane at 45 degrees. Just like that. And to turn these planes off so you don't see them, like the origin one over here, like I said, you just come over here, this origin is click this I. And that turns that off. Now to turn this plane off, you come over here to construction. And this is that plane here that we just created. And you just click that I and that turns that off. And then the sketch, the same thing, you come over here to sketches. And this right here, you click the I and that turns that off too. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started with some more things. So let me turn this sketch off. I don't need it, and I don't need the origin, or excuse me, the construction plane on. So I'll turn that off too. And you can turn them off. Let's say if I had more construction planes, there'd be more listed right here, and you can just turn them all off by clicking this I right here. All right, now we got the plane construction planes out of the way. Now what I want to do is bring in a picture of an A380, and I want to put a side view right on this. That's the front view. I want to put it on this right view right here. So what I'm going to do is come up here to Insert, left click this, and I'm going to come down here to Canvas. Click Canvas. Now know where your picture is, what you want to use, and my picture that I'm going to use, it's on my computer and it's on my desktop. So then I scroll down here to the picture itself. And it's this one right here. Or no, it's this one, I'm sorry. And then you select this plane over here. The image is asking you which face to put it on. And this plane will be the one that I want to put it on. And we just left click that. Then I take this section right here where this little hand is, left click and drag that out to make the picture bigger. Now to move this picture in here, we can move this here, and this moves the picture around the origin. Now if I want to move the picture and the origin at the same time, the mouse will hold that down and that moves all that at one time. And we'll go ahead and click OK here. Now what you should do is get in the habit of labeling everything also. So this is the side view. So this is the canvas, which is this over here. Double click this and change this to side view. And click Enter. Now, what I want to do is scale this, meaning how big do I want this to be? So let's say I want this nose of this aircraft to the back of here to be 2 meters, 3 meters, whatever size I want it to be. I want to scale this picture to that. So what I do for that, I come over here to Side View, right click on it, and select Calibrate. And then I left click Calibrate. Then we come up with this X right here that you see. And then I want to, and here, what I'm doing here to make this bigger is just a scroll wheel, the middle wheel on the mouse. And so I'm going to left click right here. And then imagine a line coming straight down here and left click right here. And then change this right here to 2 meters. So that's 2,000 millimeters. Then click enter. Now, it blew the picture up really big, and so what we do there is just use your mouse wheel and scroll in. Then I'm going to move everything, and then I push the mouse wheel button to move everything. Now what I want to do next is move this picture up to here and align it so this line right here, center section, is just right up here. And to do that, we've come back over here to the canvas where we put this picture, the side view, and we right click that once again. And you click edit canvas this time. Now this appears. Then you move this little box here and move this up to here. And we have that up there. Now we click OK. Now we're going to do the same thing for the top and the front. So what I'm going to do now, I want to put the top picture in. So I'm going to select this over here, this little triangle for the top. I'm going to click that. Then I'm going to come up here to insert again and canvas. And use the same picture, the screenshot here, and click open. And this is the plane I want to put it on, the face or the face. So this here's how you would select it. It's what you want to select. So we click this. And once again, we use the left mouse button and drag this out. Now this picture is facing the, this is facing downwards. I need this nose to face to the left. So what you do there is this right here, this little thing right here, we hold down the left mouse button and rotate this 90 degrees. And then we click OK. And then we come over here to canvas, double click this and change this to top view. And then we do the same thing again. We're going to scale this. So we come over here to top view, left click on it, then right click, or you could just right click on it, doesn't matter. And select calibrate. Same thing, I'm going to imagine this line being down from here, all the way to the front here. And then changing this to 2,000 millimeters. And once again, I want to move this picture to line up with here. So I come over here to the top, right click, and select Edit Canvas. And I move this. And click OK. This is what we have so far. We have our side view, our top view. Now we're going to do the front view. So over here, I click this to get the front view here. I come over here to insert, canvas, insert from my computer. The same picture, click that, open. Select this plane here. Drag this out with the left mouse button. and click OK. Then come over here, double click this, and change this to front view. And hit enter. And we want to calibrate this. So we come over here to front view, right click, and calibrate. And again, we're going to take the same picture here. Imagine there. And change this to 2000 millimeters. And move this picture down to here. So we come over here to front view, the right mouse button, and we're going to edit canvas. Then move this down. And click OK. Now our three views are in there. And once again, you should make a habit periodically coming up here and saving your work. I'm going to name this A-380 and save. So again, that was this up here, save, and then you type in what you want to name it and save it. Okay, now what we want to do, we're going to do form modeling here. So what we're going to do now, I'll show you. This here is the form. We want to create this fuselage here using a form. So what I'm going to do is click this form, create form. Then I want to look at the front of this, and I'm going to come up here and select the cylinder because this is round here. So I select this cylinder here, left click. Then it asks what plane that you want to draw this on, and it's this plane here, so we just select that plane. Now, this is the center, but we need approximation of center around here. So I'll start here, move up a little. Now, this assures me that this is on the center line here. So then left click, then move the mouse out. One click, left button, one click. And then we rotate to the side and take a look at the fuselage here. Now we take this arrow and drag this all the way back to here. Now what I want you to do is take this, because we need to add a few more lines, and these are called height faces. Our height faces, we have 4 right now, and we want more. Now you can come over here and change that by clicking this up arrow, or up arrow or down arrow to add more, or you can use this to add more too, or subtract more. Okay, now we have that, and we'll just go ahead and click OK. And let's take a look at the front here. Now, right here is where things change a little on this. So what I'm going to do here is want you to double click this line here, left click that line, and then right click it, and then click Edit Form. Then take this square and move it back to right where it starts to change, about right there. And now left double click this line here, and that moves the, I don't know what it's called, but I could edit this line here, and by double clicking on this line, now I can edit this line instead of this line. So like if I double click this line here, now I can edit this line, etc. But I want to do this line first. And what I'm doing is matching the top of this up with the bottom. And to do that, what I'm doing here is just dragging this right here. So now I want to do this line here. So I double click, left double click that, and move this down and drag this in. Move this down a little. Now I'm going to move this forward. And look at this from the front. I want to move this in. So what I did there, I want you to double click on this line here, then come over here and click this arrow, and now we're looking at this from the front. I'm going to bring this in. Now what I want to do is bring this up, this little dot right here. Left click this dot. Now you can edit that. So I'm going to move this up. And this dot here, left click this, and I can move this down. And what I'm doing is just making this a circle. Again, just click the dot over here. And this dot over here. Click this dot here. Move it up a little. Same with this dot here. Click it. Move it up a little until you get a nice circle, which you like. This one down. Okay. Now, take one of these segments of this and double click the segment so you can select the whole line. So when you double click one of these segments, it will select the whole line. So let's say if I wanted all of these lines here to be selected, I take this line and double click this, and as you can see, all these lines here are now selected. The line turns blue to let me know that. So I want the front of this here to select that first. And then I'm going to take this right here and move this in. And we'll look at the side view of this again. And move this up and select this line here and move this forward. And move this out a little. and look at the front again. And I'm going to double click this line again. Move it down. Then look at the side again. All right, so now we'll go move down the rest of the fuselage here. Double click this line here. Then I want to move this down. So double click the line and move this down here. Now you can use these arrows also to move up and down and left and right also, but I just used this. And just imagine this line coming across here on the bottom here, like we have. I'll come back to here. Well, actually, this line here first. So we'll double click here. Bring this in. Look at it from the back. And then move this up, like right here. Or like I said, you can use this to move it up. It's up to you which one. Then double click this line here. Come back to this line here, double click this line. Bring this in because I want to match this to the bottom. Then I'm going to move this up a little. And now sometimes this will be in your way. And to get this out of your way, you just drag, left click this and just move it to where you want it. Double click that line, move it up a little. It's still a little big, there we go. And we go this line here. And drag that in a little. And move this up. Now let's look at the top view of this. Now, start with the front here. Double click that line and then move this in. Then the next line here, same thing. And just keep moving down, double click. Now, if I'm going too slow let me know down in the comments. Or if I'm going too fast, let me know down in the comments also, because this is meant to teach you how to use Fusion and by making an airplane. So I don't know if I'm going too fast or too slow, but hopefully I'm going at the right speed for you, everybody. Okay. Then we click over here, this little triangle, to look at the side view. That's our side view. We come over here and click OK. And let's say I click this, double click this, or double click this, and we have the blue line here, but I don't really need that right now. You can just left click on that to get rid of it. And what I want to do now is have a look to see how round this is and things. So what you do here, come over here and you use the Alt and the number 1. Now this is called box mode. And what I'm doing here is just making these lines straighter, that's all. So I'll click this dot here, then right click and edit form. And I'll just move this down a little. Move this one up a little. This one down a little. And pretty much that's it. And so now to get out of this, I'll use Alt and a number 3. And then come over here to edit form and click OK. Then come over here to finish form and click finish form and finish. Now we turn the canvases off. That's the background picture here. And this is what we have so far. All right. Now I'm going to turn this origin off because I don't need it, and you, unless you really want to see it. So you just come over here to origin and just click this eye. And it turns that off. Turn the canvases back on by clicking this eye over here. And as you can see here, this is not directly on top of here. Now, you could leave this as is, but some people will want perfection. So to get this to move up further up here, what we want to do, this is called a timeline down here. So the first thing I did, I showed you guys how to draw that line on that very first thing I did. And that's this sketch right here for that. And then I showed you how to do an offset plane. Not an offset plane, a plane at an angle. And this here is that plane at an angle. And then I inserted the 3 canvases, the top, side, and front. And these here are those. Then this form right here of this fuselage, that is this right here. So now what we want to do, if you want to move this up higher here, what we do is come back down on the timeline here. And you right click on this and select edit. Now we can move this up. And to do that, we can select this dot right here, left click, then right click, and edit form. Now we can move this up. Or we can move this line up too. Then once you're done, you've got that in the right place that you like it, then go ahead and click OK, edit form. Then come up here to finish form and finish form. I'll turn the canvases off, and this right now doesn't look like much, but this is the beginning of that Airbus. And so far, you've should have learned quite a bit. We've learned about construction planes and the regular origin here, and how to do construction planes, and then how to do this form here. And also how to do the line. I showed you guys how to do that line. So I'll turn that sketch back on. So what we can do here now, since this is a body, what we do, come over here to the bodies folder, click this right here, and this is this body here. So we can turn that off by clicking this eye here, which turns that off and turns it back on. Now that line that I drew, that first sketch that I showed you guys, I can turn that back on over here too. And there's that line. And I'm going to turn that off, back off. I don't need it. We can turn the canvases back on. Don't need them either. And turn the body back on that we just did. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to do the nose of this. And to do this, what we want to do here, let's turn off the canvases. What you need to do is convert this to a solid body. As you can see right now, it's hollow inside. And there are many ways of converting this to a solid body, but this way that we're going to do it now is pretty much widely used to do that. Since this is hollow, what we need to do, you'll come over here to Surface and click right here, Surface. And this patch right here, you'll click this patch. Then you'll come down here and select this and left click this. Then you come over here and click OK. Then we come over here, drag this around, and you do the same thing. Select patch here, then select this here, and click OK. Now, that closes this up, so now it's not hollow inside anymore. But we have three bodies here. We have the patch here, we have the body here, and we have a patch on the back here. That this should be all one as a solid form. So to do that, then we come over here to Stitch. Then we click Stitch. Turn this around a little bit from over here. Then I select this. Then I select this. Then turn this around a little and select the back half of this. And then click OK. Now all that goes away. Now we have one solid body. And what we're going to do now is go back to solid. So click the solid here. Okay. Now we have this. Now what I want to do is be able to draw on this now. So what I'm going to do is click this. Now this is a plane here also now. And you can only sketch on planes unless you're drawing in 3D. So, and it's got to be a flat surface. So this is a flat surface that I can now sketch on. And this back one here too is also a flat surface I can sketch on. So what I want to do now is sketch on this plane here. So I click this plane and I come over here to create sketch. Now what I want to do, what you should do is split this in half. And to do that, I'm going to select the letter P. And that means project. And I want to project this onto the new plane. So then I click OK. Now we have this. Now what you want to do is draw a line from here to here. So use the letter L for line. Select that. And that. And click OK. Now we have two hemispheres. And go ahead and finish sketch now. So come over here and select this finish sketch. Now turn the canvases back on. So you come over here to canvas, click that arrow or the little eyeball thingy. Now we want to draw this. And this, so let's turn the origin back on. And that's over here, this left here, that little eye. Now we're going to draw on this plane. Want to sketch this outline here on this plane. So what we do, we click this plane here and come over here to create sketch. Click that. But we need that line and that point on this plane here. So what we do is rotate this slightly to the right. We can turn off the canvases for now, so come over here and select canvas. And what we want to do again is that letter P for project. And these are projecting these points on to this plane here that we're drawing on. So we're projecting this line onto this plane here. So the letter P, then we select the line, that point, and click OK. Then click this right to see the right side and turn our canvases back on. Now that's going to allow me to snap the spline to this. So you come over here to spline, fit point spline, click that. That snaps onto there. Left click. Then you begin and right click and click OK. Now for aesthetics, make this look better. And go ahead and finish sketch. Now you can use this finish sketch here. So if you use this, it's only one click of a button. And if you use this finish sketch, it's 2 clicks of a button. So it's up to you which one you want to use. So now let me turn the canvases off. This is what we have. We have the left hemisphere, the center, and the right hemisphere. And that was that sweep command, not sweep, but spline tool that we used here. So now to move these, when this turns this white color here, that means you can move it around. You can left click and move it to change the shape of it if you want to. But now I'm going to turn this origin back off. And you come over here to create. And what we want to do is loft. So we use this loft command. And we select. Before we select this, make sure that none of these profiles, nothing is selected over here already for you. If it is already selected for you, then go ahead and use this X here to get rid of it. So we select this, and this. Then click OK. And there's the front of the A-380. So we turn the canvases back on, and we have that. And turn the canvases off. Now what I'm going to do is combine these two because right now they're two. Or wait a second. All right. Now I'm not sure because I'm only seeing one body right here. So it's combined them already. So what happened here, I'll show you. This here was that loft command that I use. So I'm going to come back here, right click on it, and go to edit feature. Now, what it did, as you can see, it selected join here for me. So when I click OK, it's going to join this to this. So that's what that did. So we'll just go ahead and click OK. And now that's just one, even though it looks like two, but it's just one. And to turn these lines off, if you don't want to see the lines, just type Control 4. So CTRL and the number 4, and it turns the lines off. And to turn the lines back on is Control 6. So CTRL 6 will turn them back on. So this is what we have so far. Now, once you become real familiar with Fusion, this would be real simple for you to do. Right in the beginning, it can be a little difficult, but just keep playing around with it until you get it because you will get it. This is not that hard to do. It's just knowing where things are and just memorizing them, but you will get it. Just continue to do it until you can just do it in your sleep if you want to. Now, the back half of this, let's turn the canvas on. Here, what I want to do here, it's the same thing we did to the front. Turn the canvases off. I don't need to see them. Want to create a sketch on this plane here. And like I said, you can create a sketch on these flat surfaces because they are planes. So I'm going to click this, then come up here to create sketch. Now I can create a sketch on this plane here. Now this is a plane that is away from this surface here. This is the surface, and this plane around here is away from it. So what you have to do, because you want to project this outside of this onto this surface here. Just imagine this being a surface and this being out the side being a surface, and you want to project this surface to this surface. So we hit the letter P for project, and click that, and click OK. Now, this is projected to this. So if we turn the bodies off, you should still be able to see it. That circle there, because it's now projected, that circle, to this plane. And again, we want to draw a line from here to here, and click OK. Now we have two hemispheres again. And we come over here and finish sketch. And we turn the canvases back on. And again, like this, we want to create a sketch on this plane here. So you click the left click this, then you come over here and create sketch. And I'm going to turn the canvases off again and rotate this around a little. So I can see this. Now, what I want to do is project this line and these 2 points onto the plane that's going this direction through here. So I hit the letter P again for project. And we want to project this line and these 2 points. And click OK. I'll come back to the right. So come over here and click right, or left click this right up here. I turn the canvases back on. And use the spline tool again, fit point spline, come up here, left click it. Okay. And now this is just aesthetics. And like I said, when these turn white, that means you can move them. Okay. Now go ahead and finish sketch. Come over here, finish sketch. And now what I'm going to do is use a loft back here also. I turn the canvases off. And come up here to create, select loft. And now you see this is already selected over here. We don't want that. So we delete that. And then I want to select this profile, this profile, and this profile. And this is set to join. So this back half is going to join the center section here too. And click OK. Turn the origin off. Okay, there's our fuselage. And pretty much, that's how, this is how you pretty much do a lot of airplanes. Just from these few simple techniques that I'm showing you here, you can model a whole lot of airplanes, their fuselages and stuff like this. So yeah. And turn the canvases back on again. But anyway, this is part 1 of this series to teach you how to use Fusion 360 and modeling airplanes. And as you can see, everything is lining up perfectly here. So yeah. So this is the beginning. Show you how to do the fuselage, and we just went over a lot of stuff. We went over construction planes, forms, line tools, spline tool, the sweep command. So yeah, but next time we're going to learn how to do this tail back here, and the probably the wings, all the flying surfaces. And once we get all the flying surfaces on, then we're going to do the belly pan. Then get into doing the engines. So yeah, but I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I'm teaching you Fusion as we go along here. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button down below, and also comment. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments also. And I invite you to join my Facebook group and my Patreon site, which is called CAD Build Fly RC. Go over there and have a look, and you can ask me questions and get a lot of help and stuff like that from those 2 sites. And like I said, I hope you are learning Fusion from this. And yeah, but anyway, we'll catch you in the next video, and have a great rest of your week.
Subscribe for more.